Would you consume something that contains 4,000 chemicals, 43 carcinogens, and 400 other toxic substances? Many people in the U.S., and maybe even some people in here, inhale these daily by smoking cigarettes. Ammonia, a household cleaner, arsenic, which is used in rat poisoning, and cyanide, a deadly poison, are all a few of the nasty ingredients compacted inside of a cigarette. Producing, selling, and consuming cigarettes should be illegal in the United States. First, I will discuss the negative effects of cigarettes. Second, how banning them will fix these problems. And third, the results of banning cigarettes in public places. So first, the negative effects of cigarettes. Smoking depreciates the user's health. CDC states 6 million people each year die from tobacco use in the world, and 16 million have serious health issues caused by tobacco, such as heart disease, respiratory problems, and diabetes. And it not only harms the users, but the non-users by secondhand smoke. 42,000 out of 480,000 that die each year in the U.S. die from secondhand smoke. Tobacco is also highly addictive, and many people want to stop smoking, but they can't. And 7 people out of 10 want to quit, and only 4 out of 10 attempt. Smoking also threatens health and safety of the community and the environment. The production causes the loss of woodlands each year because they obtain charcoal used for flue curing, which is part of the cigarette process. Smoking also causes 90,000 fires each year, and accounts for 90% of wildfires because people don't dispose of their ends properly. It also emits a ton of greenhouse gases from the transportation of tobacco because it's such a big industry. And last, those affected by tobacco, the tobacco industry and medical care needed to help those affected by tobacco is very costly. $1 million every hour is spent for the advertisement and production of promotion of tobacco, and $170 billion is used to directly medicate patients affected by tobacco smoke. So next I'll talk about how banning the production, selling, and consumption of tobacco will fix these problems. Banning cigarettes completely is the only way to prevent all of these problems. Many countries are trying to solve these problems by banning smoking in public places such as bars, restaurants, and workplaces. This law would improve the health of the public but wouldn't solve any of the other serious problems like fires, pollutions of the environment, the amount of money wasted, and the addiction. Banning cigarettes altogether would fix these because there would be no buds of the cigarette to start these fires. There would be no factories to emit the greenhouse gases, and there wouldn't be as many people injured by the smoke, so the hospitals wouldn't spend as much money curing them. Last, I will talk about the results of the public smoking bans and to prove that banning altogether will be beneficial. Since 2000, more than half of the U.S. states and other countries have enforced public smoking bans. Since then, the health of the public has improved. When Scotland enforced this law, they discovered an average reduction of 18% per year in the rate of hospital admissions for asthma in youth. When the U.S. implemented these laws in some states, the results showed a huge decrease in hospital admissions for heart attacks. These smoking bans also save money. New York saved $56 million on hospital costs from having only 4,000 less admissions in the hospital, and Medline Plus estimates that the U.S. would save over $92 million in 1 year from the decrease in medical visits if all of the U.S. states banned cigarettes in public. By looking at these statistics, we can assume that the health of the people and saved money will only better significantly if it were banned altogether and not just in public. In conclusion, producing, selling, and consuming cigarettes should be illegal in the United States. The high percentage of death and deadly disease caused by smoking shows the need for this law. Smoking affects the health of the people, causes huge expenses and also harms the environment in many ways. Countries are taking a step in the right direction by banning cigarettes in public places, but this does not fix all of the problems. I encourage each of you to sign petitions to outlaw this horrible substance and to abstain from tobacco use to protect yourself and others. Tobacco is not something that should be produced, sold, or consumed. It pollutes, it injures, it destroys, and it kills. Yeah, Matt.
Do you think vape pens are a good alternative to cigarettes?
Well, I don't, unless you put, like, there are vape pens that have nicotine in them, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it won't have as many as, like, the carcinogens in it, but still it has the nicotine, which isn't good for you also, but that could, like, wean them off of cigarettes.
Do you think there should be an immediate ban, so like goes into effect tomorrow, or should there be some type of progressive ban for those people who are smokers today?
I think it should be progressive, like, because first it should be banned, like, in all public places, and then, like, people that are addicted, maybe they can help them, like, get off of it, so it's not as hard for them if they make the ban right away.
All right, John.